What's good everyone, you dig, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about some artists that I think are set to have a big 2019. The list here is pretty varied in terms of the current size of the rapper. Some of them have already blown up in terms of internet success and some of them haven't. They aren't all smaller artists, but it's more so just trying to contextualize where these artists are at in their careers and look at their potential to fully blow up and cross over to the mainstream looking forward. And the first artist I wanted to discuss was JID. And it's pretty clear that JID right now is someone who is going to keep growing. He is getting all the right looks and cosigns to break out to the mainstream in the near future. On top of this, in his No Jumper interview, I remember him saying something along the lines of that his project after DiCaprio 2 would be the one to cross over and connect. So it seems like he has a game plan to how he wants to get that mainstream attention. However, there are a couple issues that I could see slowing him down. One is his voice, which although I've grown to like it, it does seem to be a reoccurring roadblock for people not really being able to get into him. Secondly is Dreamville, and whilst I give J. Cole props for the talented crew of artists he's been able to assemble, that doesn't take away from the fact that we've yet to see him make someone a star. Sure, someone like Bars or JID have had their fair share of success and are relatively popping on the internet, but you can't really call either of them or anyone else on Dreamville a star just yet, and we've yet to see J. Cole be able to take an artist from the internet to the mainstream, and maybe JID could be the first one, but for now that is definitely a potential issue I see. JID's hype right now is definitely tangible and his talent is certainly there, so 2019 is looking to be big for him. And before we go on for today guys, it would be appreciated if you could hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and if you have, make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Also, I'm always interested to know what you guys are listening to, so make sure to drop those smaller artists that you think are next up in the comments below. But moving on, and the next artist I wanted to talk about is Lil Tracy. I've done a few videos on him, so you guys already know my general feelings, but I think 2019 is going to be a big year for him. For one, he is constantly feeding his fans with new music, and recent songs like Alex McQueen or Filet Mignon show that he can pull off catchy pop rap with ease. He reminds me of a Young Thug or Lil Uzi in the sense that melodies come very naturally for him, and combine that with his witty bars and charisma, and I see no reason why he couldn't make that crossover eventually. Furthermore, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a major label situation come to light from him soon, and that song that he released with Juice WRLD, Play Fair, which he deleted soon after, I have a feeling was done so because of the label wanting to release it later on as a single. That song is easily one of my favorites from this year. Juice comes through with a decent verse and a catchy hook, and Tracy's verse is beautiful, and if it gets a proper single release, video and push, I could definitely see that taking Tracy to the mainstream with the help of the Juice WRLD cosign. And moving on, we get to Steven Moses, and although he only has a small amount of released music, he has shown a ton of potential. Love Me was one of my most played tracks this year. The production is moody and dark, the melody on the hook is catchy, and his vivid verse topped off with an aggressive flow makes for a well executed song that deserves to be as popular as it is. And his other music, whilst it doesn't reach the level of Love Me for myself, shows promise as well. I love the moody sonic aesthetic that he goes for, and across his release material he has shown some pretty good songwriting potential. On top of this, his visuals have all been stellar and very gripping, and you can tell he takes the packaging of his music very seriously. Apparently he is signed to Def Jam, and I don't know whether 2019 will be his breakout year or not, but I'm hella interested to witness his progression and growth, and he's definitely an artist to keep an eye out on, and if you guys haven't checked out Love Me, I highly recommend doing so. And next up to discuss, we get to Comethazine. Although 2018 was definitely a breakout year for him to internet stardom, he's still waiting for that one song to take him to those mass mainstream audiences. His label did an amazing job at connecting him with people like Cole and Adam22 to put the younger generation onto him, with their cosigns being influential in spreading his music. I definitely wouldn't call myself a huge Comethazine fan, as honestly he doesn't really add a lot to the SoundCloud trap genre that hasn't been done better by other artists, but you can't deny his potential to make a catchy banger or two. And with another project dropping early next year, if he continues his formula, 2019 is looking to be another big year for him. I'm not sure if he will ever make that song to get radio play, but if people like Pump and Perp can, there's no reason why he can't, and the success he has had and the networking he has done in 2018 has put him in a great position to do so. And lastly, I wanted to talk about Denzel Curry. And don't get me wrong, in one sense, Denzel is already kinda blown up and no longer resides just in the underground. But in another sense, he must be one of the rarest and unluckiest cases in hip-hop. He has already had 2 huge internet hits with Ultimate and Cloud Cobain, but still, none of them were able to cross over to the mainstream. And as a result, him as an artist sits in that awkward position where sure, you're less in tune with hip-hop friends probably know his name, know Ultimate, and maybe another track or 2, but there's no way you could say he is fully broken out of the underground. Still though, he is on the rise, and Taboo/Cloud Cobain undoubtedly added to his stature, and his crossover is one of those processes that will just come naturally, I think. If he continues to drop great music, it's only a matter of time until he takes off, and every year he continues to grind and build, and I think his success in 2018 has set him up for a big 2019. And that's all the artists I wanted to touch on for today. As I said, make sure to let me know the smaller artists that you guys are on right now and think that are next up. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, follow me on all social medias, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video.